Once upon a time, this rack inside a Heights woman's garage held her bicycle.
You know, it was a cruiser. It was as I laughingly say, it was an old lady bike, but it was my bike, and I miss it.
But after accidentally leaving her garage open, her bicycle and lawnmower found a new home. This woman asked to remain anonymous for her safety. Home surveillance video shows 3 minutes after she left home, a truck backed into her driveway. A man went in her garage, took her bike and lawnmower, and left.
They looked like they were pretty proficient at their crime.
And it seems they were. It's 2 men with the same last name, Adrian and Ruben Linares. They're accused in charging documents of hitting this Heights woman's home in March. A closer look at their criminal pasts, and you'll find details of 2 more very similar cases. The Linares men, the Heights, open garage, same white Chevy Avalanche. One in February, a month prior, and the other in September of last year. That one caught our eye, because from the time the Linares men were charged with the September burglary to the time they signed a plea agreement was just 11 days. Almost the same amount of time they got in jail, which was 12 days. 13 Investigates took it a step further, looking at all cases filed by the Harris County District Attorney's Office, and found that the number of people whose cases are resolved within 30 days or less from the date the alleged crime is committed is actually growing. So what that means is that in some cases, you could commit a crime on, say, September 1st, and before your next month's rent is due, you could know your fate, whether that be a sentence or a dismissal. From 2023 to so far in 2026, 13 Investigates scoured through data from the DA's office and found the number of cases resolved in 30 days or less has increased from 9% of overall cases to 13%.
Being able to keep prosecutors in a type of case longer allows them to make the decisions quicker.
Harris County District Attorney Sean Tier credits the increase partially to having prosecutors who are experienced in the types of cases that they're working on. He says they know what to look for when they're handed evidence. The backlog of cases that we've been talking about for years.
The backlog is enormous. It's frustrating for victims. It's dangerous for our community.
Tier says it's, quote, under control, and he credits this strategy. Defense attorney Murray Newman says he's noticed a difference. He's found prosecutors providing the defense evidence timelier than ever before, which he says is a benefit to everyone involved.
It clears the runway to get the more violent, the more victim-oriented crimes to trial quicker, because you don't have these cases that should be resolved blocking the way.
13 Investigates crunched case data from the DA's office to find out what types of cases are getting resolved the quickest. This year, the top 5 charges most frequently being resolved within a month included a drug charge, criminal trespass, theft, and assault of a family member. 2 of them are felony charges. Tier pointed out the types of cases being resolved quickly don't require the forensic testing that murders or sexual assaults do, for example. He says they're able to gather what they need in these lower-level offenses quickly.
Making a determination about what is the right outcome on that case isn't going to change in 2 months, 3 months, 4 months.
Our Investigates team looked through case by case, and largely the thefts were from major retailers accused of stealing food, clothes, beer, appliances, housewares, and beauty products. We saw multiple defendants with more than 40 prior charges getting just days behind bars. So, is it too fast to be a deterrent?
In the vast majority of those cases, you're dealing with defendants that have substance use disorder, that have mental health issues, and all I could do is put them in a state jail facility for 6 months, and they'd be right back out.
I think that we are expecting a lot of the system when we look to it to be a deterrent to people that are not necessarily easily deterred.
Newman says the quick movement is a positive for defendants, so this way they don't have a case hanging over their head for a long time. Tier says it's an effective strategy to keep the justice system moving, but what about for the victims? The woman in the Heights got her lawnmower back. She says the detective found it at a pawn shop. But still, with no way to pedal around her neighborhood, she wonders how her case will proceed.
They slow down a little bit, like maybe with this case, they're going to look at the prior convictions and say, okay, we're slowing down here and he's not getting out.
And it does appear that justice has slowed down for the Linares men after their quick sentence last year. They're still in jail in this Heights woman's case and another alleged burglary that happened earlier this year. And they're now out of the 30-day window. Both of their attorneys told us that they couldn't comment because the cases are still active. But Adrian Linares' attorney, Chantel White, told us in a statement, quote, "Speed alone does not determine whether an outcome was appropriate, and a subsequent allegation should not by itself be used to retroactively characterize an earlier case resolution." Micah Hatfield, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.